what a start. Inside out and upside down. No stress, I'ma clean up this mess.
Hello, it's Leigh here. Welcome to week 24 of Margarete Miller's collage weekly assignments. This week we have to create a collage around a favourite song as the theme. And this is hard because it was more a matter of looking at what I had and then finding a song title that would fit with the stuff that I've got to make it. So I've chosen Ticket to Ride by the Beatles. And I found a little booklet that I had made some time ago to pop into a journal. Never put it in, so I've printed out the words, that's the little prompts, and stuck the words of the song into this little book. And that's going to be part of my collage as well. So I've got that, I've got a couple of suitcases, got some tickets, got a girl who looks like she's travelling, and a piece of coffee stain paper which I'm going to use as my background in my collage. So, but what I want to do with this first is to put a little bit of colour on it. So get rid of that book for a moment. I have some blue paint which I really like the colour of, and I'm going to use my brayer to roll some of that across this paper. Now, just need something to use as a palette. Well, why don't we use a palette as a palette? Good question, because I can't find them. Oh, here they are. I'll tell you what, sometimes I don't know whether it's worth actually tidying the craft room up, because you can't find anything after you've done it. Well, I can't anyway. I can't remember where I put things. I put them away in a safe place, never to be seen again. I'm just getting some paint on my brayer, and yeah, I just want it to be a nice sort of, I don't want it to be covering the page completely. Just a little bit of colour. Should I try and get more on there? I'm going to be tearing some of the bottom off, so I don't want to particularly waste my time painting that. I'm going to tear it off. Okay, that'll do. And I just need to dry that off a little bit. Let's get the book back. And I think it's also a little bit too wide, yep. And I need to tear off maybe about 1/2 inch down the side and then 1/2 inch off each end. If I do all around, then I get that nice raggedy look. And trim it at the same time. This paper, it was an unintentional staining by coffee. I had a coffee mix made up and I'd put it into a spray bottle, and when I'd cleaned up one day I just threw the paper and the bottle and everything into a basket, and I didn't realise the bottle was sort of, well, it wasn't completely upside down, but it was laying over. So obviously the coffee has leaked out, because the next time I went back to do something with it, it had these really cool stains on the paper. So it wasn't wasted. I really like the way they look. So that needs to dry. So I actually might use my my heat gun to dry that off. I've dried my paper and I've decided that I want to paint around the edge on the bottom, on the actual book, with this colour, which is antique gold, and it's my new favourite gold at the moment. Really like it. It's a little bit transparent, but it's going to give a nice, you know, like you'll just be able to see it. So sort of in a way is aging it, going to age the paper similar to the way that Distress ink does. So it doesn't have to be applied carefully. And I'm using a dry brush as well, so there's going to be no need for me to wait for this to dry. It's pretty much going to be dry as it goes on. This is an Australian brand of paints made in Sydney. They're pretty good value. The metallics, because they're metallic, I think they don't have a lot of pigment in them, but they're perfect for this sort of thing. They're awesome for gel printing. You get really nice thin coat of paint with them, which is always handy. So that's it there. So global antique gold, 500 mils. Now that big jar of paint, I think it was about $14. And because I put in an order over a certain amount, I got free postage on it, so that was awesome. I want to quickly ink around that. And I'm going to use, where is it? I used all my inks the other day, and nothing got put back in the case properly, so I have got the names written on them, but in my haste to clean up, I just chucked them in any which way. So I hope everybody's well. It's cold here in Australia. I've had my heater going for well, I haven't turned it off in 3 days at least, but I had it on and off. And when I say heater, I'm talking about the reverse cycle air conditioner. Yeah. And yesterday morning when my husband left for work, about 6:30 in the morning, the temperature was 3 degrees, but what they call the apparent temperature, or the feels like temperature, was minus 1.5 or something like that. It was really cold. I didn't want to get out of bed, but I had to. I didn't have any choice. Okay, so that's ready to go. So I'm going to stick it down in a minute, but I'm just looking at my elements. Doesn't that look nice against the blue? I think I'll probably use that lighter one. I need to cut her out a bit. I just cut her out of a magazine and she's not properly trimmed up. So I've got some tickets here, which I thought I would ink around the edge of, and maybe, especially with this big one, give it a bit of a tear. So they will go there. That little booklet I'm going to put there. So I've got the prompts, and then I've got the words to the song. I could probably put something on each page. Have a think about that. I'm going to turn the camera off while I trim around the girl properly. I'll tear around the edge of this and ink the other bits of it as well. Okay, so I've cut my girl out, and I've decided I want her on those tickets like that, and I've just tacked them together. And the reason I want them like that is because there's some key words on here, like passengers, bon voyage, one voyage. So I like the way that means travel, sort of thing. So I thought this was similar. Well, this is probably how I'm going to do it. Put my little booklet there, but it's a bit empty. So I do have some stencils. I thought I might do a little bit of stenciling on there, and I just thought maybe some of these gears in the background, I'll just pop them over to the side for the time being. I don't want them to be too dark, so I'm just going to use whatever ink is on this dauber. Oops. I've probably got this up the wrong way. And see what this turns out like. If it's not dark enough, I'll use another method. I just want a hint of something there. Yeah, it's not too bad, but you can't really see what it is. Let me see if I can get those spokes in. So cogs and gears, like she's thinking about traveling, getting away. Well, if you're familiar with the song, you know it's about it's been sung by the point of view of somebody whose lover is leaving them. Okay, so just got a couple of things to remind you about too, some upcoming challenges and what have you. We've got our Doodling challenge on Wednesday. So if you look back at my videos, there is a video with a downloadable link to the page with all the doodle prompts. So if you're going to do something for Wednesday, so that'll be what date? Don't know. Where's my calendar? Not sure of the date. Yeah, so post on Instagram, Facebook or YouTube. You can do it on any of those platforms, and you just need to put the hashtag, which is 2022 Doodle Challenge JUN for June, and that'll put it into the right playlist. Still think that's a bit boring. I did bring my paints out, my watercolours. Maybe I should do a little bit of splattering or something before I start sticking things down, because I can always do it again afterwards. I think that's what I'll do. I'm just going to use the same brush that I used before. Knock my glue over. I'm just trying to think what colour. She's got pink on. I won't use that brush, I'll get a thinner one. Okay, so she's wearing pink. Oh, a pink jumper and a pink umbrella. Okay, let's have a look. I think I just knocked something onto the floor. So let's have a look here. So I know that colour, this one is quite nice, pink. So let's just, oh yeah, I should move that, shouldn't I? Probably regret doing this. Anyway, where the paper's torn there, it's really sucking that colour in, so that I like that effect. There's a line in the song "My Baby Don't Care." It's repeated several times. I'm going to paint that on there. What colour? Maybe I should just use this blue. And that way it's not going to be, you know, it's fade into the background. So it's My Baby Don't, oops, a bit of pink there, care. Probably doesn't show up, but that's alright. Can't really mind about that. And I want another blue in there. I might wash the brush a bit better than that. Get some of this blue here. Yep. This is a different approach to what I would normally do. Okay, I'll leave the pink alone, the paint alone for a bit. I'm just going to quickly dry that. Bear with me. Okay, that's dry enough to work on now. Just going to get my collage pieces back in here. I sort of like the idea of this suitcase standing up rather than... I think I might put it that way. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm just going to use this stick glue. I'm sure I've seen smaller suitcases in amongst my bits and pieces, but do you think I could find one today when I wanted one? Absolutely not. Put it on straight. Straight-ish. Okay, yeah. I love the way that looks against there. The only thing wrong with it is because it was cut off a piece of scrapbooking paper, it's not the full image because the page was like a page of suitcases and they were overlapping. So the bottom of, or the edge of that one's gone. It should be down here somewhere. So she can go... Don't want the handle covered. Maybe there. Like that. Okay. About there like that. The little booklet can go there. That's probably going to need something a bit stronger than the glue stick. So I'm going to use this Tombow glue. And go on there. And that's the words to the song. Little version of the prompts in there. What else can I put in there? I think some black splatters would look nice. Now that everything's down, I'm going to use this black watercolour. Get it up in the corners. Just up that left hand side. Just going to put a little bit of black over that. I'm not that keen on that now. Actually, I'll do a border all the way around. In for a penny, in for a pound. Oops. I see a lot of people ink this at the edge of their pages, and I always wonder why I don't do that. Because it looks really nice. But what I'm going to do is see if I can just get some paint onto the edge of it. There. Oops, not that like that. It's a bit sloppy. Another thing that's coming up too, that'll be next Sunday, is the Makers Collective collaboration. So the theme for June is collected and found and collected, I should say. So my little project is going along nicely. I'm quite happy with it. So keep an eye out for that one because that's a hop. So at the end of everybody's video is a link to the next, to someone else in the hop, so you can go straight on and watch the next person's video. It's a great idea. It takes a lot of organising for Mariah to do, so she gets it all set up. But yeah, it's a great idea. I actually went looking for some gold watercolour the other day. I've got 2 art shops just across the road from me. You can walk to them. Oh, you know, like when I say just across the road, it's a block away. And nobody's got gold watercolour, so I'm going to have to order some because I'm nearly out of it. What's that? Glue. Just a blobby. I think there's too much splattering on this now. I don't really like it. I don't like the pink. Not sure what to do about that. I suppose I could gesso over it, but I don't know. I'll leave it, but I might just do some drawing around the edge there. Oh, that's broken. My pencils are broken. I bought myself a new sharpener because I splashed out and I bought myself some Prismacolor pencils. And I was going to buy an electric pencil sharpener, and the lady that worked in the art store told me about the Prismacolor having their own sharpener. So I got one of them, and that's the first time I've used it. Just gonna outline the umbrella, so that's like that. Just a little bit of outlining here. This is actually a watercolor pencil, so I may go around with my wet brush and activate the watercolor. I'll see how I feel once I finish doing it. So we're doing this, it looks like that's standing on the ground there, and I should do the same with her feet. Don't think it really needs it anywhere else. Nope. Clean the brush, and I'm just going to go around this umbrella. Like so. Under her feet, under that ticket. Okay, that's it. I'm calling that done. Alrighty. Yeah, don't forget to check out Julie's collage. And her collages are awesome. She's really meticulous with what she does, puts so much attention to detail, spends ages just making everything look perfect. Yeah, they're quite wonderful. So this is week 24 of Margarete Miller. So Ticket to Ride is the name of the song that I've based my collage around. Got my words in my little book here, plus my little mini version of the prompts. And that's about it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to check out the Makers collaboration, which comes out on Sunday, and the Doodle challenge, which comes out on Wednesday. So for the time being, I'll say hooroo from Australia. Bye for now.